Welcome to the Danny Clinkscale Reasonably Irreverent podcast. Insightful and witty commentary, probing interviews, and detours from the beaten path.
This could be the final game, the final day of the Kansas City Royals' already remarkable 2024 season, or it could be the start of a whole lot more fun. That'll be determined in Game 4 of the American League Divisional Series with the New York Yankees. It starts just after 7 o'clock tonight after the Royals fell to the Yankees 3-2 last night at a packed-out Kauffman Stadium, which was electric. The Royals fell short. They walked too many batters. They didn't hit in the clutch. Their big three hitters continued not to hit. All of those were storylines, but those storylines don't matter now. It's all about Game 4, win or go home with Michael Wacha on the mound. We'll hear from the manager, Matt Quatroro, and we'll also hear from Michael Wacha during the course of this playoff mini-pod. And certainly I experienced a tremendous atmosphere at Kauffman Stadium from many different locales out above the right field bleachers and the auxiliary press area, on the concourses, in a suite. My good friend Joe Spiker from Easton Roofing had many friends and co-workers and other folks in his suite, and that was remarkably exciting as well and a lot of fun. And also in the press box on the field before the game, it was a tremendous atmosphere. No, it did not lead to a victory, but it was great for Royals fans to have playoff baseball back for the first time in 9 years, and we'll see if they'll get more of it after tonight. What the Royals did in winning the wild card and winning at least one game against the Yankees was provide a second home game, and that comes tonight. Should be another amazing experience after what was, well, a pretty amazing experience, just not a winning one, 3-2 to the Yankees last night. We'll check out that game. We'll look ahead to Game 4 and a little bit more right here on this little mini playoff extra pod for you on a Thursday. We'll have a big Royals either recap or look at the season in full tomorrow. But right now, let's get to it. After this, Matt Quatroro, a review of Game 3, and then a Game 4 preview with Michael Wacha and more right here as we get set for Game 4 of the Division Series.
More of Danny's Reasonably Irreverent podcast after this.
Hey Kansas City, Joe Spiker, Easton Roofing here. It's been a crazy weather year in Kansas City. You hear lots of ads for taking care of your storm damage. But if you didn't have storm damage, we're still here to help. If somebody talked you into filing a claim that was denied by your insurance, we're also here to help. Oftentimes, repairs are still needed. If you'd like a second opinion, give us a call. The consultation is always free and suggestions are built on integrity. Easton Roofing. Integrity matters.
Cinematic Visions has been an affordable solution for professional media production in Kansas City since 2003, offering award-winning video production and creation, as well as a wide array of digital and social media management services. From planning, scripting, filming, editing, and post-production, to delivering your product to a watching world, Cinematic Visions will provide professional and affordable services for you and your business with the necessary return on investment to make it all worthwhile. Cinematic Vision's goal is to unlock the power of storytelling through video and a strong online presence for your company. Beyond the numbers, they want to inspire and evoke your clients to feel and act. Let my friends at Cinematic Visions embed your brand where it belongs, in your customers' minds. You can find them online at cinematicvisions.com or with a quick phone call at 816-600-6300. If you'd like to join these and other fine sponsors and market your business to Kansas City's #1 variety podcast, contact us at danny@dannyclinkscale.com. Look forward to working with you. Welcome back. It was disappointing. It was electric. It was fun. It was sad. All things rolled into one for the Kansas City Royals last night. They fall to the Yankees by a count of 3-2. Seth Lugo got off to a great start. He retired 9 of the first 10 batters, but then things started to go a little sideways in the 4th and 5th innings, long innings, too many balls out of the strike zone. The walks started to pile up for the Royals. He walked 3 players, gave up 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and it could have been worse, but the Royals bounced back in the bottom of the fifth inning. 2 outs, nobody on, and the bottom of the order gets the job done. Frazier's infield single, Isbell double, and Michael Massey at the top of the lineup blew the roof off. Well, there's no roof, but it blew the top off of Kauffman Stadium with a triple to tie the game. And so now it was all square heading to the final innings. Each team had slight opportunities, although it was the Yankees who continued to get more because the Royals pitchers continued to walk batters. But be it Zerpa, Schreiber, Singer, they worked around trouble. Singer getting Aaron Judge, who's been equally as cold as Bobby Witt Jr. in this series. But then in the fateful eighth, after a strikeout, it was Chris Bubich, the eighth-inning man for a while now, going back-to-back sliders on Giancarlo Stanton, and he parked one over 400 feet into the stands. Ball was actually a little bit off the plate, and despite some more Yankee walks, that third run would be the one that would hold up. Royals really didn't get much going in the final innings. Their best opportunity came with a one-out single by Bobby Witt. Had some opportunities to steal. Weaver's very fast to home plate. He decided not to do that during a six-pitch at bat by Salvador Perez. Vinny Pasquantino had swung at the first pitch and hit a soft line drive that Anthony Volpe made a great play on. Perez singled. That left it up to Yuri Gurriel, and he hit a fly ball, very routine fly ball to center. The Royals went down quietly in the ninth inning, and 3-2 was the final count. And as the manager knew, it was a game of fine margins.
It looked like a slider that probably stayed in the middle. I didn't go back and look at the replay of it, but he got the barrel out front on an off-speed pitch.
Q, what'd you think of Seth tonight?
Started out great. I mean, the efficiency of those first couple innings was great. He started to make him work a little bit in the third and then the fifth again. But his stuff was good. Just kind of, I don't know if they were, just off the plate or whatever, just started to fall behind a little bit in the third and fourth, and the pitch count got up. He had to work pretty hard there.
You issued a lot of walks, obviously, in this series. You're tipping your cap to the Yankees, or do you think your pitchers will have to execute that much better in the fourth game to, avoid all the bases on balls, although only one scored tonight?
Both. I mean, you got to tip your cap to them. I mean, they're not chasing, they're not expanding, but we also have to do a better job of limiting those for sure.
Matt, once you guys broke through with the 2 runs, did you have the sense that you'd be able to generate more, and why don't you think you did?
Yeah, I thought, we had Bobby coming to the plate there after the Massey triple, and, we're always going to feel good about being in the middle of the order there, but you do have to give them some credit. Their bullpen has pitched extremely well in this series and has been a difference maker for them. So we have to find a way to execute, scratch something across there, take what they give us, and so far we haven't been able to do that against the bullpen.
Bobby to get a walk there and then got the single in the eighth. I mean, hopeful if that can kind of get him unlocked a little bit moving forward into Game 4?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. We'd love to see him go off and have a huge day, but, we know, these guys are in the position they're in for a reason. They pitch really well. The bullpen's been lights out, so he's going to get pitched tough, as we've talked about, so he's going to have to, can't miss the 1 or 2 pitches that he gets.
Matt, what did you think of Brady Singer's appearance tonight against Aaron Judge?
Yeah, it was a huge spot in the game. We have Brady down there. We have a ton of faith in him in those situations, and he came in first time that I've seen him work out of the pen, and he wasn't scared. He got ahead of him and went to work.
Kind of on that spot, he knows he's not starting any of these games. You got to prepare him that would maybe be who he faces when you guys go through all your scenarios.
He knows that, yeah. He's aware of his strengths, and we trust him against the best hitters in the league, and we knew he knew going into this series that would be a possibility.
You feel that the players are ready for the level of intensity that you're getting in these games, because there's just no margin for error.
Do I feel like they're ready?
The intensity, if they...
Sure. They're competing like crazy. Every one of these games has been a really good ball game. We've walked too many guys, but, and they've been relatively low-scoring games, tight games. Both teams are putting their best foot forward.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on what you liked about that Singer-Judge matchup beyond just the right-on-right? Why were you so?
All the reasons we like Brady to begin with. He throws strikes, he challenges guys, he's got ground ball capabilities, and he can strike guys out with the slider.
In the fifth there, were you kind of hoping for Seth to face Judge again? How did you kind of work through that when it came through the top of their lineup, Soto and then Judge? He faced Soto and Judge then.
Was I hoping he would face Judge?
Not hoping, but did you just like the matchup with Lugo and Judge there?
Well, a lot of things went through my mind. We had Zerpa up, but when the bases were loaded, that's a really tough spot to bring somebody in. It's also a tough spot knowing that there was only one out, and then Zerpa's going to get Judge most likely unless you get a double play ball. So we are, for a lot of reasons, where we are because of our starting pitchers, and I have a tremendous amount of faith in Seth. And to get out of that with one run was a victory at that point, regardless of who was pitching.
Was Pham only going to bat if it was 2 outs and nobody on, righty against righty, because he needed a home run, or was he just going to hit there anyway?
There were scenarios where Frazier would have continued to hit there, but not in that one.
This was your first taste of playoff baseball here in Kansas City. What did you think about this crowd in Kauffman Stadium?
Oh, they were fired up. I wish we had been able to keep them on the edge of their seat a little bit more, but I looked up there a couple times and everybody was standing, even in the second inning, third inning. So that was really impressive. I mean, it was loud. When we got the runs going, it was really loud, and that was cool to see.
Matt, when Bobby got the single in the eighth, did you consider sending him?
Sure, yeah, but Weaver's like a 1-1 to the plate. It would be a big risk there, especially with where we were in the batting order. But it was, Bobby's able to go there, but clearly that's a really tough matchup for us to steal a base.
The Massey throw to first base, was that a bad throw? Or?
You know what? I had a really bad angle on that. I mean, when I looked up, the throw was low, but I don't know. You guys could tell me. I don't know if it bounced or if he just dropped it. So I don't know if it was. I don't have a good answer for you. I don't want to make something up because I got kind of blocked. The runner and Gurriel had their back, and I didn't see it well.
How do things change for you going into an elimination game?
Well, I mean, all hands will be on deck, right? I mean, you have to put everything out there to try to stave off elimination, but we have Wacha going. We have a ton of confidence in him, so we're going to approach it like a regular game, but understand what the gravity of the situation is.
Yes, indeed. An incredible amount on the line. Yes, indeed. The Royal season to me has already been a success, but why not keep it rolling for at least one game more back in New York, national spotlight? We'll see if it happens. We'll check out Game 4, preview it for you. Hear from the starting pitcher will have a lot to do with whether the Royals do have success in Michael Wacha, who will go against Garrett Cole. That comes your way next. Previewing Game 4 right here.
More of Danny's Reasonably Irreverent podcast after this.
Enjoy all the excitement of football season at the 23rd Street Brewery. From the Jayhawks and college football to the NFL and even live-streamed Lawrence High and Free State football games, you can watch it all at the 23rd Street Brewery. Enjoy the games with your favorite menu item like the Bill Self Mac and Cheese, Naked Nachos, or the Haney Turkey Stack. And wash it all down with your favorite beer like a Wave the Wheat or Crimson Fog. 23rd Street Brewery on the corner of Clinton Parkway and Castled in Lawrence.
It's always a pleasure to catch up with Dr. Brad Woodle from Advanced Sports and Family Chiropractic and Acupuncture, 8 locations all around Kansas City, the latest in Raytown. Pick out the one that's most convenient for you and pick it out this fall. If you've got a young athlete who needs a little bit of treatment or tender, loving care, injuries can happen, little strains can happen, and Dr. Woodle, you can help them out.
We take care of athletes both in prevention and in those injuries. Things happen. But the most exciting thing is we can take care of almost anything that deals with bones, muscles, joints. Whether it's a sprain, strain, or a concussion, we can take care of that athlete.
That you can at all the locations around Kansas City, and you can get that treatment, your own treatment, all the treatments you want to make you feel better, body, mind, and spirit at Advanced Sports and Family Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Visit asfca.com/Danny. That's asfca.com/Danny.
If you'd like to join these and other fine sponsors and market your business on Kansas City's #1 rated podcast, contact us at Danny@DannyKlinkscale.com. Look forward to working with you.
Welcome back. If the Royals are going to have success in Game 4, there are a whole lot of things that they'll have to do, but probably job one is to get the trio of Witt, Pasquantino, and Perez going. They are combined 4 for 37 in this series with 2 walks and 13 strikeouts. That just won't cut it. I can't imagine, hey, anything can happen. It's one baseball game. Garrett Hampson could hit a 3-run homer, or, Michael Massey could knock one out of the yard. Who's to say? But the best prescription for this particular game is for those 3 who have carried the weight so much more this year than many of the others. They've chipped in here and there, but really when the offense is